What is going on, dude? Shitty slate today, but we made it. We survived onto tomorrow here. I will notice it seems like every public side cashed today with ease. Makes me a little weary for tomorrow. A little weary.
Yeah, the public was sharp tonight. It was a fun one. I mean, some pretty good games. I'm sitting at 3-3 on the day, so kind of losing a little bit to juice. No big deal, but so we're gonna be down point zero 0.04 units, 400ths of a unit. No big deal to start December. We got a massive slate. I'm gonna have like 20 bets tomorrow. We'll be ready to rock and kick off the year. Still sitting at 27.88 units on the season. One of the best starts. You're looking at the pick sheet on my picks history page. One of the best starts I've ever had. I mean, it's definitely been to knowing the portal and doing those conference previews got me a little more prepared to start the season. Now we're kind of seeing a little bit of randomness, but man, December's fun. We always get some good non-conference matchups, and I'm excited to see it. And I feel like we're going to get that tomorrow, even with a little taste of what the conference slates are going to look like here in January and February as well, too.
Yeah, it's tomorrow's gonna be a great day. It's gonna shape up a lot of things. We're gonna get to feel out a lot of teams when they play actual teams here, an actual road and home games. So it'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I guess recap today. Middle Tennessee was free. They showed up at home again. Incarnate Word did. I ate shit with Delaware. They got pounded. That line reeked, and Iona was absolutely free. That was a rough one for me today, but yeah, I didn't play Villanova. They won. Cincinnati cashed.
I told you the stink already was stinking a little bit, but yeah.
But shout out West Georgia, Troy, double overtime. Got the over. I think there was 52 points in the first half. It looked dead, but shout out overtime for once.
Yeah, double overtime that hits with ease, 93-89. Rhythm play of the day moves to 13-7 on the year. So shout out Rhythm. Make sure to make sure to download Rhythm and go to Rhythm AI, their predictive modeling service. You haven't heard from it. Very easy to use on the App Store and on their website. And we got a promo code going for PFP25 for when you sign up. So shout out Rhythm. That play of the day hit. Yeah, Iona hit. iDub, come on. That moved to 10 today. I woke up, I was like, smash, easy money. iDub at home, got it done. And Elliott, Kansas State just did not show out for the over. Bowling Green absolutely beat their shit wire to wire. And Kansas State looks very bad, unfortunately. So Elliott needs to figure out what the gut check is around here for Kansas State yet again.
Cincinnati. Yeah, Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
I was going to say Cincinnati too, plus minus 17.5. He woke up and saw where the line was at tip-off. Not woke up, but he saw where the line was at tip-off. It was
25.5.
Yeah, 20.
I saw 25.
I saw 23 20 minutes before, so all the way up to 25 over the injury news. We called that injury news first, and only the 17.5 cashes at 76-58. They win by 18. Yeah, good caps all around. Just one of those days we break even basically going 3-3. So we're gonna be green tomorrow. I'm feeling a fucking fantastic day. We got fire slate. Is it December? I know Feast Week is like one of the best weeks ever, but I feel like December is a fun month of college basketball because people are finally getting back into it, and also we're seeing, like I mentioned, those non-conference matchups that we just will never be able to see really as often in the regular season. And if it only happens in the tournament, we'll be able to see that as these interconference matchups happen. So I'm excited for this December slate as well too.
Yeah, December is always fun. My personal favorite is conference tournament week. That's an all-time favorite. But yeah, I mean, don't complain about these. These are great times, some absolute banger matchups tomorrow to start. And we got day hoops, so tomorrow's gonna be a fun one. And I've already fired on the first game. If you want to hop into it.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well hop into it. We got a fun slate. It feels like another Super Tuesday slate and a good little kind of preview of what we're going to see here over the next few months on a Monday night podcast for the Pump Fake Pod. I think it's the perfect amount of games, the right amount of games, and they're good games. So yeah, let's get into it.
Yep. I laid the 20.5 with George Washington. Army auto fade, George Washington, absolute wagon. I mean, they got William and Mary there, but I get it's their first road game, but it's Army. It's 10 a.m. It's definitely gonna be a sleepy spot, but I just don't see how Army even hangs in this game, even if George Washington sleepwalks. Like, this team is very efficient, one of the most efficient offenses in the country. They can rebound. They don't turn the ball over. They're shooting at a 39% clip from three, 75% at the line, and they can score at all three levels. And Army doesn't have any size. They're not playing any defense here. I think George Washington honestly pushes 100 points here. I laid it with George Washington. If they give up 80 to Army and I don't cover this, so be it. But I honestly think this game's like 97-63, somewhere around there. So give me George Washington. I already locked this.
Who was the leader? Who was the leader of the Army originally of our whole entire country?
George
Washington. Point. He led and commanded the Army. He was the first commander in chief, and he led the Army to become the Army itself. There is no West Point without George Washington. So I will lay it with you. I even like the Army team total under 70.5. That is a key number. I don't foresee Army being able to score even at home. They just scored 85 against Manhattan and got a W. They just scored 81 against Fairleigh Dickinson and got a W. Outside of that, 67, 65, 73, but that was against Cornell at the pace they run. 52 against Harvard, 76 against St. Thomas at the pace they run. So I think that team total under is very enticing as well. And yeah, I think George Washington comes in even on a sleepy spot at 11 a.m. and leads the Army to get the W.
Yep. Pretty easy. They're just going to kill them. Much better team than Army. Army is on my auto fade list this year. So we're going to continue that bright and early tomorrow. UT Martin's laying 5.5 at home against Charleston Southern, over under 149.5. Is this a little bit of an exaggerated line? Oh, chair keeps sliding. Exaggerated line with how good UT Martin's been. I know they've been solid, but Charleston Southern, I mean, they're not great, but is UT Martin worthy of laying 6 points? I know they've won some big games. That Nevada game, and what was the other one they had? Bradley, UNLV and Bradley. So yeah, they got the 2 wins, but lost to Southern Miss by 10, and then they beat Prairie View A&M, a D2 school, and then lost to Florida State. Did their magic run out? I kind of think so. I don't really want to lay 5.5 with a UT Martin team. I like them better as dogs, so I'll play Charleston Southern, no bet.
Yeah, I have to agree with you here. I don't foresee I don't care what team Ken Palm or whoever what does it is better in this game. I don't think UT Martin should be laying this many points, even if they are at home in Martin. I like their offense. They can get to the line pretty good, and Charleston fouls a lot. But I am not doing the whole 5.5 there. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'll take Charleston Southern with the plus points. Great.
Stonehill's
at 11 a.m. on ESPN Plus and at noon on ESPN Plus. Absolutely fantastic.
Yep. Big time. And then the evening slate starts out with an absolute banger. Stonehill's catching 6.5 at Bryant. Oh man. Bryant laying 6.5 points. Stonehill has beaten Lafayette, but they've gone on the road and just gotten smoked. I mean, Quinnipiac by 14, DePaul by 12, Fairfield beat them in overtime. Loyola Maryland beat them by 11 on a neutral. I'll take Stonehill. I don't want to lay 6.5 with Bryant, but I am not touching this game.
Yeah, I mean, why is Bryant laying 6.5 points? This Bryant team is horrible. I know Stonehill's nothing either, but they beat Dartmouth by 7 at home. Sorry, I'm kind of battling a sickness, so apologies if I sound like I'm on my deathbed. But they really have not competed at all against D1 opponents. Now Stonehill competed with Quinnipiac a little bit. They got a win against Lafayette. we don't know which Stonehill team's going to show up. They're off a quick roundabout kind of games. So, yeah, I'll lay it with Bryant. Probably no bet. I don't want to lay my points with Bryant, but I'll pick it no bet, -6.5. I mean, why are they laying that many points? This is Bryant. Yeah, they're horrible.
Feels kind of telling, but no, I'm not touching this game at all.
No way.
Campbell's catching 13.5 at Penn State here. I'm obligated to bet Campbell, Penn State. I do not like this team, have not liked this team from day one. I'll take Campbell here. Probably won't bet it. This is just a simple fade of how awful I think Penn State is and how young they are. I'll take Campbell. I'm really leaning towards betting him just because it is Penn State. Penn State's got Indiana on deck too in a week. So are they looking ahead a little bit? Potentially. But they're not. I mean, I know they kicked the shit out of Sacred Heart, but Boston was a 9-point win. Harvard was a 4-point win. LaSalle was a 14-point win. Navy 9. They beat the shit out of New Haven, and then Fairfield had them on the rocks. I'll take Campbell. Probably will end up betting this. More than likely. I just want to see where this line goes. Hopefully get some more points with Campbell, but no way in hell would I be back in Penn State.
Yeah, I've already taken the under 155.5 in this game. I think we've seen Penn State put up 90 against Sacred Heart. We were spot on with that cap there. It was time to actually take Penn State against a low Sacred Heart team. And outside of that, outside of that, we've been taking Boston, Harvard. I mean, we've taken all these kind of teams that have been able to cover. And I think Campbell's definitely one team that's already got their teeth kicked in. They lost by Wake Forest by 40-something points. So I think they'll be able to come back strong and do a little bounce back spot against Penn State. Yeah, and I think in order to do that, they're going to have to keep the points close, keep Penn State under 85 points. So I like Campbell with the points in the under at 155.5 as well.
Don't hate it. I think it's going to be an ugly one. Lehigh's laying 3.5 at Binghamton. Isn't Lehigh coming off of a big win? Texas State overtime on a neutral on Saturday, and now you're going to hit the road. Go play at Binghamton. Binghamton at home lost to Niagara by 8. Otherwise, beat B2 D2 schools. I'm not laying points with Lehigh. I'll take Binghamton as the home dog. No bet in this one. Definitely don't want to be involved with sweating a Binghamton out on this slate.
I might. I see this line's going up, and I don't know why it's going up in favor for Lehigh. I think we see this game in order, Binghamton, they have not had 2 good defensive performances yet in a row, but they're going back home, and their free throws are able to get to the line a lot, which I think is an advantage in this game where Lehigh fouls a good amount. So, home dog can get to the line, extra chance points. I don't think Lehigh should be laying points at all at this number, continue to climb, and probably take a road dog here. Like I said, I'm going to have way more bets than I did today. 3-3 on an 11-game slate. We can do better than that. So, but yeah, 1-800 type of game for sure.
Yep. New Mexico State's laying 2.5 at South Alabama. Ooh. South Alabama catching points as a dog at home.
At home? I know they just.
Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. South Alabama is on the road. I got these mixed up. New Mexico's home laying 2.5. South
Are
Bama.
You sure?
Positive. I'm looking at. I got it's a neutral. Sorry, neutral. Another neutral. What the fuck? The Leonard E. Merrill Center in Katy, Texas.
Okay.
Random. Very interesting.
Interesting.
New Mexico State hasn't lost yet.
No, they haven't.
South Alabama's look pretty good. Just dominated UTSA.
Just dominated UTSA, yeah. And I think that was that in Katy, Texas as well, too? No, in San Antonio against UTSA. That's right.
So they've been in Texas. Oh, shit, dude. Hotel Hard Rock Riviera. Where the hell is this? Is this
I don't know. Let's go.
Florida? Is this Florida or some shit? Where the hell is this? This is down in Mexico. Yeah, give me South Alabama. You got New Mexico traveling from I know it was last Wednesday was their last game, but you got them traveling from Mexico. Now they're going to Texas. South Alabama just beat the shit out of UTSA. I'll take South Alabama with the points. I know New Mexico State's played some better teams, but they're traveling from Mexico up here. I get it's a week, but I'll take New Mexico or South Bama. No bet. This line kind of feels trappy a little bit, but I don't want to back a team traveling from Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know about this game. We totally got definitely a random matchup here. I think this is going to be a slugfest type of game in order. And South Alabama is going to want that to happen because with the zone that they play, it could be disruptive for New Mexico State that we've seen their offense. So two just juggernaut defenses. I really like this game. I would take an under if I had to pick one. But again, I think I'm going to be feet up and just enjoying this game. Picking a side, I'd take South Alabama with you. But yeah, give me a very slugfest game. It's going to be like a 68 to 62 game. It's going to be a close one and a slugfest.
Yep, I doubt I bet this game just because it stinks, but it'd be South Bama or nothing. But East Tennessee State's catching 11.5 at Dayton. Dayton laying the 11.5 over under 141.5. Now this is a home game. I'm pretty positive this is a home game. Correct. Dayton's got UVA on a neutral next, but they are coming off the BYU 4-point heartbreaker on Friday. Now they travel back home. East Tennessee State's won 5 in a row. But they just played 3 at home. They've had 2 road games. Presbyterian beat them, and then North Alabama, they won by 4. They haven't left home since November 15th. I'll be on Dayton. I think this is a spot Dayton bounce back. I know they just played a tough one against BYU, but back home, you get an East Tennessee State team that's, they've looked pretty good, but Dayton's defense is elite, top turnover forcing team. You don't have to worry about the 3 too much with East Tennessee. It's really the interior, but Dayton's got the size advantage and defends the interior really well. I'll take Dayton to bounce back at home, laying the 11.5. I think this place is jumping. I think they just run over the Bucks here of East Tennessee State.
Yeah, I'll battle you here. I'll let this number continue to climb as people bet the household name of Dayton. I think East Tennessee State's defense is one of the best, not only in this in one of the low majors, but this country alone. East Tennessee State, they're able to hold their opponents to low amounts. I know that they haven't had a test yet, but they've had this one circled. I know that they're going to come in playing super strong, especially on the perimeter defense, where if Dayton's not hitting all their shots, they're not going to be able to run away. I'm not saying that they're live in this game, but I think they're definitely able to cover around a 11 to 15 point spread. And we've seen Dayton kind of not been able to run away with those types of games as well at home. UMBC only by 6, Bethune-Cookman by 9 at home. Marquette, that was an overtime away game, great hit. They couldn't cover against North Carolina Central, only by 19 at home. Their only cover was Canisius at home. So let's see. They may be due, but I think East Tennessee State's had this game circled. This is their biggest test, and I think they want to go into Dayton and make a name. They're going to be able to keep it a close game. So give me the Buccaneers here.
Fair. Greensboro's catching 4.5 at Asheville. Asheville laying 4.5. Give me the dog here. This is an in-state rivalry. This is a big one. I'm guessing these two played last year. What the hell happened last year? Did they play at all? They did not, actually. They did not play last year. A year prior, did not play either. So it's been a minute since these two played. Okay, interesting. I really thought they played last year, but Asheville's got NC State on deck. I don't think they're really looking too far ahead for that one, but it's not technically at Asheville. It's a semi-home, so both these teams being in state, I think Greensboro's gonna get up and fight in this one. I know they've looked like shit, but their one win was Youngstown. That was impressive. Other than that, they've looked like dog shit. But Asheville coming off of an App State win on Sunday, and now you got to go play another foe that's in state here. I think Greensboro gets them. I think Greensboro wins their wins their first or second game of the year. Sorry, against the in-state team here. So I'm going to be on UNC Greensboro plus the 4.5. Just proximity and regionality. I think they both know each other. They're ready to play. Greensboro's going to be feisty in this one. They're going to cover this. I think they're definitely live on the money line here. Elliott is on his way back from that sad Kansas State game. That was a tough watch, to say the least here. But let's hopefully they bounce back for him. But ugly game. But I'll be in Greensboro. Elliott Huff, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, I like Greensboro as well too. We just saw Asheville dominate App State. I know that they kind of blew that in the second half a little bit, but I called UNC Asheville money line plus money, and I think they're a solid team at home. We've seen UNCG kind of have a blunder, but I personally like the over here, even on a neutral site in Asheville. I think this game could be a little feisty and a little less careless defense from what we've seen in the past. UNC Asheville just scored only a total amount of 120-something points on their game. I expect a little bounce back even, and I think UNCG defense can allow that. So I like the over here, 146.5.
Don't hate that at all. Real banger here. We got Iowa catching 5.5 at Michigan State. Give me Michigan State. Give me Sparty. You got Ben McCollum and company. First season at Iowa, they've looked really damn good. But now you got to go play a true road game here at Michigan State. Iowa's been at home or on a neutral. They played Miss Grand Canyon, and the offense has looked all right. But other than playing these Chicago State, SEMO, Western Illinois. This offense has kind of looked a little suspect. I think McCollum and Sturts and all those guys going on the road for a first true road game with the students back. It's going to be a tough one. I think this is a low total for a reason. I think Iowa really struggles to score. I think Michigan State pulls it out here. So give me Sparty minus the 5.5. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean this is going to be an interesting one. Definitely. Now we have a team that can rebound a good amount. I think that's how they're going to be able to win this game. And we've seen Michigan State's defense, Iowa's defense step up, especially when needed. Now Iowa's 7-0 going into the Breslin Center in a true home game, Big Ten. Michigan State's already matched. They've already had big games there. Arkansas at home, 2 big wins in the neutral against Kentucky and North Carolina. I'll take the 5.5 with Michigan State, and I do like Michigan State to at least score 70-something points, and that's going to be the key to them winning this game versus Iowa in the 60s. So let's go Sparty up and let's lay it.
Cornell catching 11.5 at George Mason. That's George Mason laying the 11.5 there. But George Mason coming off of James Madison debacle. Should have covered that. James Madison, they didn't. They have not lost a game yet. Cornell has won 4-5 straight. One of them's a D2 team, so we'll say 4 straight. But Lafayette, Army, Colgate, they needed double OT, and then Bucknell. They really have not played anybody. Kent State beat them by 8, and then Illinois State beat them by 11 on the road. This George Mason team, I get they're coming off they were coming off the MTE, but they showed up against James Madison, and Cornell has not really impressed me a whole lot. But you do worry about Virginia Tech being on deck for George Mason. Are they looking ahead? Big brother in state, getting a shot at that. So I'll take the 11.5 to Cornell. I'm not betting it solely because of the look ahead. If there was no look ahead, if they played Dick Mountain State next, I'd be all over George Mason laying 11.5. But you know what? No, give me George Mason. Skin's going to have these guys ready. He's not going to let them look ahead. They're going to have to be on point for Virginia Tech. So I think they get up and they rout Cornell. So give me George Mason minus the 11.5.
You're all over the place again. I'm with you. I think I don't know if I'm with you or not, but I think I am. I don't think Cornell's up tempo pace is going to be the answer for a George Mason team that can suffocate opponents, especially in the half court and the full court. They Tony Skinn doesn't mind a good press. Like I said, in the half or full. And Cornell's defense is atrocious. And now we get George Mason at home. There may be a little slugfest kind of hangover in the first part of the game. But with how fast that Cornell runs, I think it could be a problem for George Mason's defense. So I mean, naturally, I would be like, yeah, smash that over. But I think it's in favor for George Mason and their defense. So give me the Patriots here as well. And 10.5 is available on Bet365.
Boom. Southern Illinois is laying 5.5 at North Florida. SIUE, they've hit the road. They beat Drake, got pounded by Wisconsin, and lost to Air Force by 14. Other than Drake, their wins are UTSA and Alabama State, and they've gotten crushed. North Florida, obviously, pretty fucking bad. No D1s wins this year. They got Gonzaga on deck. Look, I'll take the 5.5 with North Florida just because they're home. And SIUE is coming from a D2 game. They're traveling here. North Florida's got to get off the mat at some point. A home spot here. I hate that 5.5 number. I'll lead North Florida, but I have no conviction in this game. If they got routed by 20, I would not be shocked. But I think they have a better chance of covering. But I'm not going to put my money and find out with these Ospreys.
I'll spar with you here and take SIU Edwardsville on the fact that North Florida's just been atrocious. Don't care if they're at home. Don't care where they are. They have just not looked impressive. But SIU Edwardsville, they have so many amazing first halves and then just a blunder in the second half. So you don't know which SIU Edwardsville team you're going to get. But I'll go with the better defense, even on the road. So yeah, we can spar there. No bet for me. SIU Edwardsville laying the points.
Yeah, I guess we will spar, but nothing for me there. Tennessee's laying 6.5 on the road at Syracuse. This is an interesting one. Syracuse played Houston really tough. Kansas, they were outsized. It was still an 11-point game, and then they got pounded by Iowa State. But Tennessee coming in off of a loss to Kansas, they've had about a week to stew on it. I really want to take Syracuse at home with Kai and Anthony, but they don't have any size. I honestly think Tennessee just kills them. Size, length, athleticism, they're all better than Kai and Anthony can only keep you in a game so much, but everybody on Tennessee is gigantic and huge and long and athletic. So I think they just open it up at some point and just run away with this one. Give me Tennessee laying 6.5. I mean, it's not like the Carrier Dome gets absolutely rocking either. Melo will be there, but whatever. Give me Tennessee laying the 6.5. I think they end up routing them at some point in the second half.
It's the JMA Wireless Dome, bro. Yeah, I got the over in this one. I think it's a little mispriced action. We're seeing this number go down. I know that defenses are pretty stout on both sides of the ball. The zone can force them, but I mean, with the tempo that they run, I think this is a misprice. We see this number get in the 150s, and I gotta like Syracuse here, even at the home court. I know Tennessee off of a loss, but this is Syracuse too. That's shown that they can be competitive, and I think fans are a little more bought in. I'm not saying that's going to be absolutely rocking, but I think fans are a little more bought in, and this is their first chance at a true home game against a big opponent in a battle of the orange. But yeah, I'll just go with the over with the total though over the Syracuse. But check the picks page to see what I bet. I'm gonna keep letting this number go up as it looks like Tennessee's kind of getting steamed. So if you're gonna bet Syracuse, I'd wait to bet it just at least till the end of the show. Yeah. And Chad,
I'm guessing.
Appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and tell a friend as well too. Appreciate you guys. Thanks, Chad, and fun slate tomorrow.
Absolutely, banger slate. Texas A&M laying 2.5 at Pitt. Is this a neutral or is this a home game here? Hold up. This is a home game for Pitt.
Back to back big home games for Pitt. Wow.
Yeah, give me A&M. I know A&M couldn't miss against who do they play? Florida State. It's their last game of the year, but Pitt coming off the buzzer beater win against Ohio State. I'm going to fade that. I think them catching points at home is kind of telling. I think the books and market respects A&M. They have the ability to run and gun, and I think Pitt is going to be a little flat after that big win. And let's not forget last year they beat Ohio State on a buzzer beater. What did they do after that? They ended up losing to Mississippi State by 33 the game after. Granted, that was on the road. I'll give them that, but still a 33-point loss. They didn't show up one bit for that game. Give me A&M, Bucky. I know they're going on the road, but Pitt off the buzzer beater, they don't scare me. Capel's a trash coach. I know we were on Pitt, but he's still bad. Give me A&M laying the 2.5. I think they open it up, and I don't think Pitt's going to be able to hang with them, especially with a little bit of a hangover from that buzzer beater win over Ohio State.
Yeah, I don't personally love any of these teams, but I mean the spot. Oh my gosh, the spot for Pittsburgh was perfect against Ohio State. And that was easy, no problem at all. Ohio State, so fugazi as always. But this is A&M. They can prove it. They were okay on the road in the first half for a little bit, but then they got absolutely steamrolled against Oklahoma State. So now they have another chance to get a first test of a big road win, and I think that's a good team to do it against, especially off of a big buzzer beater. And as Elliot Money would say, is fade the buzzer beater. And let's go with A&M. Shout out my man Elliot. And yeah, we'll go with A&M as well too, even though I don't love this team as much as I have in the past. I gotta go blow my nose. This has been a rough showing. If I talk for longer than 30 seconds, which I definitely do, I got a cough. I'm not feeling the.
Sounds good. No worries. Virginia Tech's catching 1.5 at South Carolina. I mean, Virginia Tech, they just got what I think Franklin just got announced or some shit. I could be completely wrong on that, but pretty sure he did. South Carolina, when they've stepped up in competition, Butler, it was granted these are neutrals, lost to Butler by 7, Northwestern by 2, gave that Northwestern game away. Their wins are Charleston Southern, Radford, Presbyterian, Southern Miss in overtime, and then North Carolina A&T. Whenever they stepped up in competition, they have not looked good. I get they're at home. Virginia Tech, George Mason on deck, but they're coming off of 2 losses on the MT. St. Mary's, VCU, 2 good teams. I know they lost by double digits, but I think this spot they pop up. I'm not a huge fan of South Carolina. I kind of like this Virginia Tech team. Sorry. And going on the road here, who's that Nicolas Avdalas guy? Coming off of an 8-point game, 1 of 3 from 3, 1 of 4 from the line. He had a bad game, and this guy's really good. I don't know if you've watched him play, but pay attention to him tomorrow. He's really damn good.
Oh yeah,
I think he shows up tomorrow. I like Virginia Tech. I think they're going to get this one done. South Carolina, I've just not been impressed with whenever they stepped up in competition. Just got absolutely smoked. Virginia Tech at least has wins over Colorado State and Providence. I know the Providence isn't really helping my case at all, but still they've beaten some P4 teams unlike South Carolina. So give me Virginia Tech catching the 1.5 here.
Yeah, I'll battle you here. I'll take South Carolina at home. I think that they go ahead and get the job done. I'm not shitting on Virginia Tech. I think that they're a solid team. They don't turn the ball over much. They can force turnovers and get out into transition, but they did get exposed a little bit against St. Mary's and VCU. So seeing their weak spots after a hot start to the season, that their offense is solid, but this is their first true road game. And, South Carolina somewhat can, their football team's done with 5-7, 4-8 season, whatever it was. Now I expect it to be a little better. Not the most lit environment. South Carolina never is for basketball, but I see it gets up a little bit against a good Virginia Tech team in their final true non-conference battle before on the road to Clemson here in a little bit. But I like South Carolina at home. I know that they're not the best team, but they don't turn the ball over either. and they're pretty good inside. They also can defend the three pretty well, which is where Virginia Tech likes to thrive. I can foresee South Carolina being disruptive on defense. They're not very good, but I'll take the home team on the short number.
Yeah, can't really disagree with you. You know, a better conference, but I'm just not sold on the South Carolina team. I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow if tomorrow's a spot. Just take all of these home teams and all of these big games. They probably get it done, but I'm going to pick and choose. I think this is a spot.
Me too.
The home team drops
as well. Yeah.
Eastern Michigan's catching 18.5 against Butler. Have they played a game since beating Cincinnati? Yes, they played NJIT, won by 18 at home. Now they're hitting the road again. Butler.
They covered, by the way, that too. Don't ever take NJIT again.
No, there's been a couple spots NJIT's bad favorable spots, and they have not showed up. But Butler's got Boise State on deck. I don't think that mod is going to have them overlooking Eastern Michigan here. Now, I am notorious, cannot pick a Butler game to save my life. So I'll let you make your pick, and then I'll tell you what I'm feeling in this game. We'll see if you're going to be on the right side or not, because whatever I pick never happens in Butler games.
There's zero chance I'm laying points with Butler. Eastern Michigan, they've been pretty feisty on the road. They got a good win against Cincinnati. I know they got creamed by Louisville, but we've seen this Eastern Michigan team having a good amount of offense. They've been running and gunning, and Butler's offense has been solid too. I mean, if Butler does cover this number magically, it's going to be a more competitive game than we think, and then it's a Fugazi cover at the end like we saw with Wright State. I'm going to take Eastern Michigan with the points. I like the over as well. I think we're going to see in the 80s, 70s matchup, and Butler maybe gets it done overall and gets the win outright, but Eastern Michigan's going to be able to find a way to cover with their offense. So I like them with the points and the over. Check the picks page to see which one I bet. I'm not going to double up for this one, but most likely will be plus 18.5, maybe even the over as well too. And wow, Sean Higgs, my friend, thank you so much. Unbelievable.
Shout out Sean.
$100. Thank you, Sean. I would have a cheers on a drink, but I'm drinking a tea here because I'm not feeling the best. Thank you. You made me feel good there. Thanks for that donation of $100. That is very special. I appreciate that. And shout out Sean for the chat, and thank you for tuning in, and appreciate you noticing the work, man, and appreciate the chat always. And Sean, thank you, seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Really appreciate it. I've seen Sean Higgs popping around elsewhere. I don't know where I've ran into him. I've ran in probably some other YouTube chats or something, but shout out you. That's awesome. Really appreciate it here. I do like Eastern Michigan in this one, though, so I hope nobody has fired in on those Eastern Michigan tickets, because that means Butler wins by 24 tomorrow. I'm with you. Like Butler, I'm not a huge fan of them. Maybe it's because I can never pick a game right with them. If you faded every single one of my Butler picks, you're probably like 23-1, to be honest. But they got Boise State on deck. They're coming off of that Wright State game, which they had no business covering. Shout out Wright State for blowing that one. But I think Eastern Michigan coming off of that Cincinnati win, I don't think they're going to catch anybody by surprise here. But at the same time, it's amazing what can happen when you don't have guys shaving points on your team actively during the games. You look much better. So we'll see. I like Eastern Michigan. No bet for me in this one, folks.
You're not betting it just because it's a Butler game? I mean, you were right on one Butler game this season. You want to know? I
had that a miracle under in that Sunday MTE game where I think they scored like 4 points last like 5 minutes or something. It was incredible. But
I had Butler as well. Yeah, but we were right.
Yeah. Jackson State's catching 13.5 at Kennesaw State. Is Jackson State that bad? We were all high on them this year, but they have not looked good, even against their own like competition here. Trying to find this game. Where is it at? There you are. They just beat Louisiana 51-45. Louisiana 5 of 27 from 3, 8 of 16 from the free throw line.
The Big 12
and 16 turnovers.
Game. It's a Big 12 late night football game. Texas Tech versus whoever, and with that score. No way I fade Kennesaw at home. I think it's a good amount of points. We have you're all right. We've liked this Jackson State team, but they're off to a tricky start. But I mean, those games have been against Arkansas, Auburn, Louisville, Illinois, Louisiana Tech, and Winthrop on the road. So I mean, those are pretty good teams. All those teams are in the top 100. Ken Palm, Winthrop just shy 105. So I mean, they got a tough non-con. Houston, Northwestern left. TCU left. I mean, they really test themselves if we're going to the SWAC. So they'll be just fine, I bet, in the SWAC. But for the previews that we mentioned, they're definitely testing themselves, and they have tested themselves. But this is Kennesaw State at home. They're a really good team. I definitely think their offense can do it, but worried about their defense with that number. I will lay it, no bet.
Yeah, for that exact reason, I like Jackson State. I mean, you go on the road to Illinois, Louisville, Auburn, Arkansas. You did lose that at home to Winthrop, but you finally got that mischievous win, that little win you can never get against Louisiana here. I think they build up on it. I'll take the 13.5 with Jackson State. You know, we were all high on them for the SWAC this year, and they've had a rough start. Yeah, but they've played a murderer's row of teams here. You know, probably one of the hardest strength of schedules so far. But Kennesaw's wins are Florida A&M, Rice in an overtime, and then Florida Gulf Coast in an overtime, in which they scored 102 points. I'll take Jackson State with the 13.5. I think they're going to build off that one win they just got and start to play much better. Kennesaw, you know, they're going to overtime and barely beating some teams that are in pretty rough shape. And when I'm not saying Jackson State's a step up, but when they've stepped up, Oral Roberts beat them, and South Florida beat them by 21. So I think Jackson State can hang in this one. You know, they didn't shoot great last game, still found a way to win. I think the offense comes alive a little bit here, and we get some points, and they cover this 13.5. So I'll take the 13.5 for Jackson State.
Wow, no bet.
Might bet it. Not sure. We'll see. It feels like too many points. Like, who's Kennesaw to lay 13.5
against Kennesaw at home? But yeah, it does feel like a lot of points. That's why I didn't bet it.
Yeah, I mean, Wooley's not walking through that door, so. Give me Jackson State.
Oh, my God. This game stinks. East Carolina's laying 13.5 against University of Maryland Eastern Shore. They're very specific about their location in Maryland, UMBC, UMez as well. Over-under's 130.5. This is East Carolina, who's really struggled. They look discombobulated on offense. They didn't look good in the MTE. They did cover for us for St. Bonaventure, but even against a D2 opponent, only beating them by 1. They've just looked awful on offense. But there's zero chance I will bet UMez with my own money, so I will lay it as well with East Carolina on a bounce back. No bet.
Ooh, I kind of like Eastern Shore here.
I mean, I wouldn't blame you. East Carolina's terrible. I'm not betting.
They are, but I will give them. They played Wilmington and Michigan State, St. Bonaventure, some tough teams. Still lost to Charleston Southern by 12 at home. And then the 1-point D2 win. Eastern Shores looked all right. I mean, they've not beaten great teams, Binghamton and Longwood, but double over T for that. Eastern Carolina doesn't play fast. Their defense isn't looking like amazing. I think Eastern Shore can hang in the 13.5 in this one. But will I be putting my hard-earned money on Maryland Eastern Shore and sweating out an Eastern Shore game on this slate and after a long, hard day's work? Hell no. Eastern Shore, no bet in this one.
We're sparring there. Maryland Eastern Shore, get out of here. Rhode Island's laying 12.5 against Brown, the Bears. Over-unders 136.5. Rhode Island's they're like randomly good at this time of the year. I think these two teams played last year, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of remember this game for some reason. One of those.
Oh, yeah, they lost to Rhode Island. Oh, we battled on this one. This was like a sad some game we battled. I had Brown and you guys had Rhode Island. And it was an double overtime loss, 84-80 for Brown. So now Rhode Island gets to return the favor at home when Brown beat them last year.
I think you're mistaken on the battle, but maybe you're not. I think
There was a Brown game we battled.
You're mistaken on the battle. It was the battle the game before. I had Providence. You had Rhode Island. It was a short spread for both. You won that battle with Rhode Island. We both faded Rhode Island off of that win against Providence on the road against Brown. So, yeah, a loss against Brown. This Brown team doesn't have Keno Lilly. They don't have any of their firepower, and they've won 2 in a row now against some lowly opponents like Maine and New Hampshire. I wouldn't mind laying it with Rhode Island, but it's not going to be my most enticing bet. So I don't want to lay it, but I definitely don't want to bet Brown. I could see a revenge angle here. Maybe I'll lay one of these big spreads that I've bet, Kennesaw State or Rhode Island. Check the picks page, see what I bet. But I think we see a bounce back here or a revenge angle spot for Rhode Island. But tough for me to bet Archie Miller and little Archie.
Yeah, Archie laying double digits, but it is a revenge spot. Brown has looked horrible. No Keno Lilly. That was big for them. They do have Providence on deck, but they beat them last year and they lost to Brown. I think they're ready and up for this game. I'll take Rhode Island, laying the 12.5, the big number with little Archie. Don't love it, but revenge spot at home. They got Providence on deck, who they beat last year. I think they've. Not that they're not looking ahead or focused on Providence, but Brown did beat them last year. I think they're looking to get revenge. And this is a bad Brown team, so I think they can actually just run it up on them at some point in the second half and run away. Yeah.
Oh, God, I thought, okay, there's like 2 games I'm just laughing at on this slate, and but it wasn't this one, even though it's kind of worthy, but
very worthy.
The next one is is hilarious. But go ahead.
I'll take Jacksonville fading Florida A&M. I know it's an in-state, but I want no part of this game. I'm not betting it. I'm not taking FAMU at all. I got no conviction on this. I hate this game. I'll take the home team. FAMU's terrible, but no bet. Absolutely no bet.
I'm here to tell you right now. We don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
Jerry.
What about that George Riley Pandrakis guy, that weirdo on Twitter, breaking the news of Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless getting dinner together at some.
Do you think they didn't talk? Oh, those two text all day long. I miss you, Skip.
And then they were forced to make a PR appearance. Yeah, I bet they do text more than we think and definitely feed each other information. And Ernestine was there, and all of a sudden I was like, is this AI? Like GRP's like just taking this classic selfie of him, and it's like, is this AI? And all of a sudden the New York, like everyone's post, I was like, this isn't AI. This guy actually, he fucking was there. And I was like, they're there. They're at that restaurant. But anyway, yeah. I'll spar you here as well. Give me FAMU on the battle plus 10.5. But I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. No bet. No bet. Mercer's laying 11.5 against Georgia State. The over/under is 154.5. Georgia State stinks. They can't rebound. They can't do anything. I like this Mercer team, especially at home. They've been able to be competitive and has improved a ton this season. But it just seems like a lot of points to lay with Mercer. I'm going to keep an eye on their team total over in this one. We've seen Georgia State allow a good amount of points, and Mercer's been able to score with their firepower type of offense. It's like a bear actually hunting fish in the wild. That's what Mercer's offense is. And it's been fun. They're super efficient. 95 against Eastern Kentucky on the road, 91 on the road against Elon, 75 App State, which is tough to do with App State's pace, 92 at home against Lipscomb. So we've seen them clear this number a good amount, and against a Georgia State offense that isn't very good, and Georgia State offense that allows a good amount of points. So I like Mercer here with their team total over. I will see where that number is at here in a couple hours when the show's over. Or it won't be a couple hours, but you know what I mean. You're on mute, my friend.
Of course I am. I'll take Mercer here. Georgia State, I know it's in state, but Georgia State has not looked good. Their one wins Fort Valley State. Other than that, they've been getting absolutely messed up by these teams. Their closest game was a 2-point loss to Presbyterian at home. I might add, Mercer's look good. They have a D2 on deck, so no real look ahead. Last year they won by 3. Mercer's a much better team than they were last year, and Georgia State's a much worse team than they were last year. Give me Mercer laying the double digits at home. I think they mess them up, especially with no look ahead. They got Oglethorpe on deck on Sunday, and then they don't play until next Saturday against Clemson. So, they got like 10 days, 11 days until their next actual game. I think they come out and they absolutely mess up Georgia State. Georgia State's horrendous. This is the Mercer by 20 points. I'm going to lock this one up too. Give me Mercer. Into Bears. Going to smoke them tomorrow.
Let's go. Macon, Georgia. Macon and bacon. Wake Forest is laying 4.5 against Oklahoma. The over-under is 158.5. Is that line still 4.5?
Let's take a gander. 4.5 still, yep. Over is up to 159.5.
Yeah, this is a true home game in Winston-Salem. We saw Oklahoma with their comeback win against Marquette, but we saw them get exposed pretty much on offense. And Wake Forest, a pretty good non-conference team, and then they always have their random 5-game losing streak in February where they get out of tournament contention. I think Oklahoma's a fake sharp play of the day tomorrow. I think Wake Forest at home is a solid team, and we saw Oklahoma be very streaky at times, and they've already had their competitive win and their semi away game, and it was in Chicago, so it was definitely away. They also have Arizona State in the neutral again coming up. Oklahoma State is again the following Saturday, so I think they're okay dropping this true road game versus the neutral games that they have coming up. So give me Wake Forest. I like their offense here with Steve Forbes. He's got these guys kind of cooking, and Miles Colvin taking a massive jump up from Purdue in the transfers. Give me Wake Forest laying the points at home and State. A Porter Moser team. Porter Moser likes Arby's steak nuggets, by the way.
Not the steak nuggets. I'm with you. Give me Wake Forest. Oklahoma, Marquette gave that game away. Somehow they covered the spread. Shout out to them for doing that, but Marquette at least. But give me Wake Forest at home. Oklahoma. This will be their first true. No, they went to Gonzaga and got pounded. But they're coming off of a Chicago game, and then I'm guessing probably going home, and then they got to travel to Wake Forest. This is a rough spot. I'm not saying Wake Forest is like an elite team or anything, but they beat Memphis, played Texas Tech tough, and Michigan. They came back and almost beat Michigan. So now they're at home. You get an Oklahoma team that's traveled, and Wake Forest has been home. Now you got Oklahoma from Chicago, back home, then all the way to the East Coast. Give me Wake Forest. I think they end up pulling away and win this game by 8 or 9 points late. And it's Porter Moser. Not a fan of his at all. So give me the Demon Deeks laying the 4.5 here.
Shout out Z Paulson. I know he's a Purdue fan. Miles Colvin to go 2 for 12. This is the one I was laughing at. Providence is laying 27.5. Over.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get out of here. Sorry, Dad. I didn't mean to cuss on this podcast. I promised him I would lay off the F-bombs. But, I mean, why they're laying off all these – get out of here. I mean, I know it's Fairleigh Dickinson, so I'll take Fair Dick with the points. Check the picks page, see if I bet it. I'm not rushing to bet this one. I don't think people are going to the window to take Fair Dick by any means.
Yeah, I mean, they played Iowa State on the road to open the year, lost by 38. They went to Texas, lost by 25. Other than that, they played St. Peter's, NJIT, East Texas A&M, and Army. A who's who of in the bottom 340 of KenPom. Some absolute nobodies. But Providence has Rhode Island on deck. They beat them last year. And Kim English, is Kim English capable of winning by more than 15, maybe 20 points against Mississippi Valley? I don't think so. Give me fair, Dick. I honestly may lock this up. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Providence should not be laying fucking 30 points to anybody. I do not care. Give me fair, Dick, in the 27.5. I honestly may bet this. Come tomorrow. I'll see what happens.
You're a better man than me if you do.
Who is Providence to lay 30, 28 points? Who is? Get out of here. Give me fair, Dick. I'm gonna bet this. Let's just hope it goes up and I get
Wait to bet it. Wait to bet it.
Yeah.
Wait to bet it after the show.
Bill,
Oh yeah, this number's climbing. This number's going. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I didn't. What was this? What was it at?
7.5, 6.5. No. William and Mary's good. I like William and Mary. Duquesne laying this many points, it could be a little telling, as you would say. But they've had some respect at home, man. They didn't cover this number against Queens. Went to OT. Barely covered against, or didn't cover against Loyola Maryland at home on a big line. And we've seen Duquesne kind of struggle. William and Mary's not undefeated by any means. They had a good win on the road against Bowling Green, and played good against Richmond on the road as well. Now they're going back on the road. They may have George Washington a tad circled, but I don't think that they do. They're looking for another road win and want to stack up their resume. And Brian Earl's a good coach. This is a run and gun William and Mary pace that is LA Fitness ball, but they actually play both sides of the ball and play defense, which I think could be an issue for Duquesne. I don't foresee Duquesne keeping up with this William and Mary team, and their defense isn't anything to write home about. So give me William and Mary plus the 6.5. I think they're even live here on this one on the road.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Bill and Mary. I also like the over. I know it's high, but Duquesne doesn't play defense. They just beat Central State 101-80, lost to Northeastern 93-86. Loyola Maryland put up 78 on them at home. Villanova almost put up 90. Sacred Heart put up 80. This is a bad defense. William and Mary, the offense is pretty solid. They can give up some points too, but they always find their way on top. I like Bill and Mary with the 5.5. I like the over. Both these teams love to play with pace, and clearly there's enough possessions and enough defense that's not been played at the highest level to where we're going to get points. So give me the over. Give me Bill and Mary. I like the dog here getting this one done. They do have George Washington on deck, so that not a big fan of, but still. This is Duquesne. They're going to go on the road. They're going to get this done. I think we see lots of points too. Kind of lean the over more than Bill and Mary, but I would not be betting Duquesne laying 5.5 against Bill and Mary.
Give me well.
Winthrop is laying 6.5 on the road in was it the Steinbrenner Center or something here? What is this? I don't even know the name of the arena here. Steinberg Wellness Center. My apologies, Colby. This is the Steinberg Wellness Center. LAU catching 6.5 at home. Winthrop their wins are Queens, Jackson State, South Carolina State. They did get Mercer, 105-69, but they do have losses to Coastal on the road. LAU always plays tough at home. They just beat Missouri State on the road. They've had 3 straight road games. Now they're back home. They beat James Madison at home by 9. I think LAU hangs in this game. I know Winthrop's a respectable and good opponent, but they're hitting the road. When they've hit the road, they're 1-3. 1-4. They're 1-win Jackson State. Again, Coastal Carolina lost, but it was George Mason, Arkansas, Nebraska. I'll give them that. Tough spots, but I think LAU is going to be competitive at home here tomorrow. I'll take the 6.5 with LAU. I'll see if we can get this bet up and get a better number with them.
I will not be. I think I'll go with Winthrop here. No bet, laying points on the road. I'm not going to bet this game. Just do there's some actual fugaziness going on with what's going on with Long Island for sure. And we've seen it plenty of times. There's going to be some random lights go out kind of game, backroom deal kind of game as well too. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like this Winthrop team. I do think the number's a little bit telling. I think Winthrop comes in, wins by 8, but I don't love it enough to bet it. So give me Winthrop on the road, laying points. I think they're a good team here.
Yep. Yeah, well, excuse me, we'll battle on this one. We got Florida catching 7.5 at Duke. Get out of here. Give me Duke. Duke's a much better team. This Florida team hasn't been incredibly impressive to me here. I mean, they lost to TCU. The Arizona win, I'm not going to hold that over them, but I mean, Florida State, first-year head coach. Miami, Florida, first-year head coach. Providence, it's Providence. These wins have not been impressive. Duke has gone to, they beat Texas, they beat Kansas in a neutral, and then they beat Arkansas too. So whenever they stepped up, they've handled business. 9-point win against Arkansas. Kansas was a 12-point win, and then Texas was a 15-point win. They're going to get Duke at home, Florida's first true road game. Give me Duke. They're going to open this up late and win by 13, 14 points. I'm all over Duke tomorrow. I love Duke.
Yeah, I like Duke as well.
I don't love Duke, but I like them tomorrow.
I like Duke as well. Yeah, clip that. I love Duke, please.
No.
Especially in a home game here. I like Duke as well. I won't repeat any of your cap there. I think this is a game where we're probably not happy about them, where we've seen, and then all of a sudden they just take off in the end and cover these games. I like Duke team total over as well. I think that they definitely can go at this pace that Florida's going to be trying to run. I think Florida's going to be even trying to run at tempo, even in Cameron Indoor, and Duke doesn't mind pushing that pace as well. So I'll take Duke, and I like their team total over as well too against a Florida team that is maybe just, again, one of those teams that's pre-ranked coming in just off their name brand from last season, maybe keep a couple pieces, but it's just not the same guys, the same gel. And we've seen them stumble at first, and we kind of called that out on the SEC conference preview as well too. So good shit there.
Yeah, this is
points.
This is the name thing. Florida doesn't have those guards from last year. It's gonna be tough for them. Speaking of tough, Drake's like 17.5 at home. I know Western Illinois is bad, but is this Drake team that good enough to cover a 17.5 point spread? They haven't looked incredible, and they're coming off of a Georgia Tech win. Give me Western Illinois. Probably won't bet this, but no way am I going to lay 17.5 with Drake coming off of a Georgia Tech win and back home to play Western Illinois, and then they have UAB on deck on Friday. This is a sandwich spot a little bit here. Give me Western Illinois. They lose this game by 14 points. Probably won't bet this though.
Yeah, they only lose by 19 against Iowa, Western Illinois, that is. So now they're going back out to Iowa, even though they're already out west in Illinois, Cornland. Yeah, they're not very good, but I got to agree with you. Too many points, especially with Drake off of a big road win. I think their defense is definitely solid, can get this number, but I'll let it continue to climb. I think Western Illinois could be able to keep up with some points, get close to 70 points, 65 points, and cover this number with a little more ease than we think. As Drake Bell would say, "Whoa, just take it easy, man." So,
Grambling's catching 10.5 at Tulane. Tulane, big football win this weekend. Dominated Charlotte. I think they're
did their football coach just leave too?
Summerall, I think he's staying. He's staying with the team, but he did accept the Florida job.
He's allowed to stay with the team. The Scott Van Pelt divorce analogy. He's allowed to do that. Okay.
Yeah, he gets to see the kids on the weekends. So give me Grambling. I'm not betting this game. I just think it's a little hangover spot for Tulane. Tulane's looked pretty good this year. Can't really argue that at all here, but They got Akron on deck on Saturday. That's obviously a much bigger game. They just played Nichols to a 10-point game. Grambling, I think it's a little bit better. They're also, they played Cal Baptist. They played San Diego. They played Iowa State. They're all right. I don't have a strong conviction. I just think it's a little hangover spot for Tulane and a little bit of a look ahead mixed in there. Grambling, no bet. No, thank you.
Yeah. And Raymond Burrows brings up the Berenstein Bears. That Berenstain Bear, that something happened in life. Simulation. It was always Berenstein. I can promise that. I can promise that. I don't know. Tulane, they didn't cover this number last time. I think this is an opponent that they're able to do that for, even if they may be looking ahead. I'll spar you. Lay it, no bet for Tulane. I think we see an under spot here with the Grambling State just not being able to show out with as many points. But yeah, no bet. Good gosh. Oh, sorry.
I got a bet. Give me Valparaiso 17.5 at Marquette over under 146.5. If you follow me, you did catch my my Shaka Smart tweet spree. Was that Friday or Saturday? Whenever they were in the midst and currently blowing that Oklahoma game. Shaka Smart is this team. I don't know if he's just slumping this year. If this team is that bad, I mean, they returned a lot of guys. I know they lost their key guys, but they had a lot of guys on that roster last year came back. They look like shit. You lost to Oklahoma, which is basically a home game. You lost to Dayton. You lost to Maryland. You lost to Indiana. Your wins are a 14-point win over Central Michigan. You got Little Rock by 40, Southern by 18, and then Albany by 27. Valparaiso obviously better than Albany, but I mean Southern was an 18-point game. Central Michigan was a 14-point game out of home, and they have Wisconsin on deck. This is a little bit of a look ahead. I know they're off a loss, and they get Valpo coming in, but I think they're ready for Wisconsin. I think they just go through the motions. They win this game by, honestly, I think single digits, 8 or 9 points. Honestly, I think Valparaiso's a respectable team, and they've they went to Kentucky, got blasted, but other than that, I mean, Southern Indiana rivalry game, they lost that one, but they looked all right. Nothing impressive, but this is more just a fate of Marquette. I'm not a fan of this team. I'm not a fan of the roster. They have not looked good, and they also have the Wisconsin game on deck. So I think they go through the motions. I think Valpo hangs on this one. Give me Valpo in the 17.5.
Yep.
Will I bet it? Maybe not, but I still like Valpo here. I would not lay near 20 points with Shaka Smart in this team. Kolick and Jones aren't walking through that door.
Absolutely. Let it slide. Let it go all the way up. It's already up to 18.5, so I would let it continue to rise up. And Valpo minus 4.5 last week was a no, or not last week, but last bet with Western Michigan was a no-brainer. I think they found their stride and they continue this momentum and are super hyped up to go there. I'll continue to let this climb and definitely not lay points with Valpo. So give me or with Marquette. So give me Valpo in the sleepy spot, of course. Let's go true Crusaders. Screw the Beacons.
Yep. I don't hate Jacob Skull here. First half money line spot potentially. If Marquette had somehow pulled that Oklahoma game out of their ass, I'd be all over that first half too. But I think at the end of the day, I think Marquette takes their foot off the gas and ends up, squeaking this game out by a fairly respectable score, but not coming anywhere near covering this personally. Wagner, Maryland. Hey, Pharrell Payne, he's back. He didn't tear anything. He came back. He played. I honestly thought he was going to be done for a couple weeks, maybe even longer. But shout out to him. He comes back, and he's a huge piece for this team. So they're very fortunate not to lose him. But they do have Iowa on deck, but they are coming off of Gonzaga, Alabama, shellacking here. What really kills Maryland is playing with tempo. They don't have the guys to do that. Clearly, Gonzaga won by 39. Bama won by, quick math here, 33. Now you get a Wagner team that does not play tempo. They're coming off their first win, an overtime win at Manhattan last week, and now you're going to hit the road again and play Maryland. I think Maryland comes out and pounds them. They don't have to worry about running and gunning with Wagner. I think they get their style of game. I think the defense clamps. Buzz Williams has these guys ready to bounce back and get ready. So Give me Maryland with the 22.5. Not probably won't bet this, but I do like Maryland. I would feel much better with a Maryland ticket than a Wagner ticket, given Maryland off those 2 losses and embarrassing losses at that. They were never in that game. Those were never competitive. So give me Maryland. And apparently Pharrell Payne playing through a dislocated hip. Goddamn.
Yeah, I'll battle you here. I don't foresee Maryland being able to lay this many points against anyone. I don't foresee them scoring in the high 80s even. Wagner's defense is pretty Swiss cheese, so it could be an issue there. But there's no way I'm going to be laying a 23.5 here as this number continue to climbs up in Terrapin's favor. So I would bet this now, Trevor, once you see it. But yeah, I'll take Wagner with the points. Let this climb. Too many points for a Maryland team that I don't trust with. But yeah, I could see the angle of them doing a somewhat bounce back. But yeah, just not – got to see it first. Got to see it first.
Yep. I don't blame you, but yeah. What I would do there, but not bad.
There's no way he's playing through that. Should end his season. You got to give him a crutch, then, man. You need to give him a. You got to give him a crutch.
Mail him out a set of crutches.
Yep.
Their crutch. That's in your neck of the woods a little bit there, a little MAAC country. Believe that's over by you. I could be wrong here, but Sac State's catching 27.5 at Baylor. Scott Drew and company laying a fat number. Who do they have on deck? I'm sorry. They got Memphis. They're off the San Diego State win. They haven't played in about a week. Back home, Sac State. Sac State, how many games have they played? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 games. They played 9 games in this month. And now they're traveling. Their wins are 3 D2 teams and then Presbyterian by 2 at home. They hit the road. I mean, UCLA beat them by 31. Cal beat them by 24. Pacific beat them by 14. They hit the road. They are terrible. Now you get a Baylor team coming in here, Memphis on deck, but I just think Baylor's got way more talent and athletes than Sac State. I don't know how Sac State really hangs in this game. I'll take Baylor laying the ridiculous number. I know they have a look ahead here, but Sac State's offense is abysmal. One of the worst offenses in the country. They're shooting sub 27% from 3, 42% inside the arc. They are rough. I'll lay it with Baylor. No bet though. This is just too many points. They do have Memphis on deck, but I may bet this game. We'll see how I'm feeling, but no bet right now.
Yeah, I'll take Sac State. No bet. I can't lay that many points with Baylor. I never see them doing that, but I also have seen Sac State absolutely no show on these big spreads as well too. So I'll take the points. No bet for me. Weird gym. That new gym's weird. Sorry.
Yeah, big time.
Mike Bibby, they need his biceps in there and shoulders. Big guy.
Sam Houston's catching 13.5 at Oklahoma State. I really like this Oklahoma State team. They've looked pretty good this year. I mean, South Florida, Texas A&M, Northwestern wins, and those were kind of convincing wins. It's not like they were buzzer beaters or barely hanging on here. They got Grand Canyon on a semi away next. They are off of that Chicago game or whatever against Northwestern. Sam Houston coming in here. They played Idaho State, Wyoming, and then lost to Texas Tech and Utah. When you lose, okay, they're Sam Houston. I won't hold that Utah win over them, but Oklahoma State's offense is way better. Sam Houston's offense, I'm not sure I really trust. I know they just scored 94 on Idaho, but other than that, they scored mid 70s. I don't think that's enough for Oklahoma State. I think Oklahoma State honestly pushes 90 plus in this game. So are we going to get 75 out of Sam Houston? Potentially because of the Oklahoma State tempo and everything. But I just think Oklahoma's offense is far more efficient and it looks way better. And Will Lutz has got these guys playing. They're trying to get the crowd back at IBA Arena, and it's starting to work a little bit. It's starting to get some crowds in there. So I don't think they're going to be slowing their roll and taking their foot off the gas. I think they're trying to run it up, get people excited, and get people back to IBA here. So I'll take Oklahoma State 13.5. Anthony Roy is going to be too much for the Sam Houston team.
Yeah, absolutely. Oklahoma State, I think, drills them, and I like Oklahoma State's team total over as well. We've seen Sam Houston State allow a good amount of points in their most recent games. 80, they scored 94 against Idaho, but allowed 81 against Idaho State in a win, 70 against Wyoming, 98 against Texas Tech, 85 against Utah. And now we have Oklahoma State, who runs as one of the fastest teams in the country under Steve Lutz. And defensively is going to be an issue. I never want to see an under in an Oklahoma State Steve Lutz coach team. So, yeah, give me the team total over there. And I like the Pokes as well on the spread. I think they dominate after Sam Houston's good performance out in Idaho.
Yeah. Purdue's laying 15.5 at the House of Horrors, a.k.a. Rutgers. But there's no Harper on the on this team for Purdue. The Harper family owns Purdue, especially in Piscataway. So I'll lay with Purdue. This Rutgers team is really, really rough. The offense is abysmal. Their size is really struggling, and they just can't really do much of anything. I know they're at home, but how rocking is this place going to be? I think there's going to be a good amount of Purdue fans there. Not that Piscataway is a travel destination in December, but Purdue fans are everywhere, and this Rutgers team is bad, and Purdue has had really bad luck at Rutgers in the past. So this is the best chance to absolutely just throttle Rutgers and get payback for those losses, those half-court losses, and to Dylan Harper. So give me Purdue with the 15.5. I think they run it up on Rutgers and show no mercy. So give me the Boilermakers in this one. Boiler up.
Yeah, no, I'm with you here. I think this is a no problem spot as well. I like the over in this one, 145.5. I think we see a good amount of points scored from Purdue. They're well into the 80s and cover the spread. The win chance over spot here. I like the over 145.5. Looks like Rhythm kind of likes it too. Not official Rhythm play of the day, but just a little motivation I needed. So I like that over 145.5. I think we see, like I said, Purdue scoring in the high 80s, and I got to agree with Trevor. A little revenge angle, just the spot where their kryptonite doesn't die. And I like Purdue here laying the points. So give me the Boilers too. I think their guard play is going to be an issue, and we've seen Rutgers already have that win against UNLV, scored 80 points. I don't see them replicating that 2 times in a row. So give me Purdue as well.
Yep. Shout out to Portland Stanford for the over. That was beautiful. 3-2. I'll take it. Finally. Been rough out here in the streets. Nice to see a green day. Let's build on that. But Arlington's catching 4.5 at Arkansas State, over under 152.5. Arkansas State's look pretty good this year. They are coming off of North Dakota State overtime game at home. Arlington, they've played at New Mexico, at Weber, and then at Evansville. Those road games, they lost to New Mexico at the Pit. Tough place to play. Evansville was an 8-point road win, and Weber State was a 1-point road win. Now you're going to go to Arkansas. They're coming off of that overtime game, but they've been pretty good at home for these 2 games here. I mean, Jacksonville 11-point win, and then North Dakota State I think is about similar, maybe a little bit better than Arlington. So I'll take the Arkansas State. Don't love it just because they're coming off of overtime, and I do respect Arlington, but I'll lay with Arkansas State, no bet.
Yeah, I think I will. Maybe you having to bring a knife to a gunfight with Arkansas State. I like UTA on the road. Their defense has really stepped up, especially in these away spots. They got a road win against Weber State, Evansville. They didn't show up against New Mexico, but just that was offensively. Defense, they've been able to step up, and I think we've seen Arkansas State going on dry spells. They played Friday. They squeaked out a win against North Dakota State going to overtime, but they really had to squeak that one out where North Dakota State looked like they had it, but Arkansas State covered, which was what we needed. on a tough Friday for us. But yeah, 2 games in a row they've won at home against Jack State, now North Dakota State. Now you welcome UTA. I think this is a tough spot for them. I'll take the Mavericks with the points and again and go against Arkansas State at home, unfortunately, in Jonesboro, which I love. But I think UTA's defense becomes a massive issue here, like for Arkansas State.
Wazoo's catching 7.5 at Bradley, over under 155.5.
Bradley started to figure it out.
This
is Washington State, who is struggling against Chaminade. And this is now Bradley going back to Peoria. I think in Washington State's defense, major issue. They struggled against Chaminade, lost by 14 to Seton Hall. I think Bradley drills them, wins by about 12 to 15 points. This is what I had it at. I thought we'd be at a -9.5. I will take Bradley -7.5 against Washington State on their return back to Peoria.
Yep, I'm with you. Bradley 7.5 late. They're starting to figure it out. They're looking better. Wazoo has not looked good, especially away from home here. And so I think this is a spot. Bradley, this is their little coming out party. They drill Washington State. People start to take notice again. It's like, okay, they figured it out. We were a little down on them to start the year, but they're starting to get that chemistry built, and this offense is starting to click, and the defense is looking good. I think Wazoo absolutely struggles here, and is going to be an ugly watch. So give me the Braves at home in Peoria, laying the 7.5. They win this game by 13. Let's go Braves. Easy one here. Central Michigan's catching 6.5 at Loyola Chicago. I will take the 6.5 with Central Michigan. I will also sprinkle the money line. Loyola is an auto fade until Denzel Valentine is canned. And until he's canned, this Loyola team is going to be awful. So give me the 6.5 with Central Michigan, sprinkle the money line. They're live in this game. Anybody is live against Valentine and these Ramblers. This is a rough year for them, to say the least.
That Looney Tunes ass logo there. It's kind of funny. There's this Central Michigan team is actually a pretty good roster. They did a good job in the portal. They're volatile a little bit, but they're still figuring things out with their roster. Now they've had few games under their belt. I think they pick it up against a low end Loyola Chicago team, and I got to say, yeah, we're gonna fade Loyola Chicago. Continue doing that until we're wrong. We're wrong. It's worked with San Jose State, UNI, Northern Illinois, Colorado State, Wichita State. You name it. We've been cashing against Loyola Chicago. There's zero chance to fade the system now. So let's let it happen first. If it's a loss, it's a loss, whatever. But thank you, Loyola Chicago. You have been a cash cow, fading you guys off a tough year in the offseason as well, too, with Sister Jean's pass.
Yep. Sister Jean passed. They got that miracle buzzer beater against Cleveland State. Otherwise, they could easily be 0-8. So this Loyola team is rough. Give me, we're all over Loyola or Central Michigan tomorrow. Chip up.
I got this one. Northern Illinois is laying 5.5. Over-under's 145.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
I don't care about this one as much as I do. I love college basketball. I care, but I'm not going to bet this, and I will bet Northern Illinois against Lindenwood. Lindenwood, they show out. They just did. They won by 13 at home against UMKC. No way they do that twice in a row, but no way I'm laying money with NIU. So pick, no bet, Northern Illinois.
Yeah, I'm with you. Northern Illinois, Lindenwood, very rough. I will not be betting this game, but I'll lay with Northern Illinois at home. Again, no bet in this one. No, thank you.
Good. North Texas
laying one 12. I will bet.
Ooh, go ahead then. North Texas laying 12.5 against Houston Christian. Over-under's 128.5. What you got here if you're betting here?
Kind of like Houston Christian. We got a little in-state game here. North Texas has TCU on deck, so big brother in the state coming to North Texas. All right, so just mark that down. TCU is coming to Denton to the Super Pit to catch that L. I will be all over North Texas on Sunday when that happens. But right now, I think they're looking ahead to that game. You get a little brother, Houston Christian here, who they had their moments last year. They were pretty good, and they rough start for the year so far. But I think this is a spot to get back on track. I mean, they played UC San Diego. Other than that, yeah, Louisiana Monroe, Bellarmine, Citadel, Georgia Southern, nothing impressive. But if there's a get-up spot, it's against North Texas. North Texas has been a great team in the state of Texas for a long time, and they went there last year and lost by 16. I don't think this North Texas team is as good under Doty and company, and Houston Christian. I think they're a little bit worse, but I just think North Texas doesn't care to blow out Houston Christian when you got big dog TCU coming into your building on Sunday. I think they're looking ahead and getting ready for that. So give me Houston Christian. They lose this game by 9. I will take Houston Christian. Also potentially an over. 128.5 is ridiculous. This isn't Ross Hodges North Texas team that's going to clamp you down to 55 points. I don't mind the over, and I like Houston Christian.
This isn't Cleveland State, coach, though. They do have the same method.
Touche.
But I agree, it's not Ross Hodge. I agree. And then you only beat Prairie View by 3, Eastern Washington by 8. Who are they to be laying this many points? I don't think the line's telling here at all. Houston Christian's getting a lot of disrespect here. They're not a good team to write home about, but this is going to be an interstate battle that matters. I'm with you. Give me Houston Christian plus the points. I think that they could be able to shoot the 3 pretty well here in Denton, and I think they show out absolutely. Give me Houston Christian plus 12.5. They're going to be hyped up for this game against the Mean Green.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh God,
this game.
Oh God. Murray State's laying 17.5. Over-under's 158 against Morehead State. Murray State definitely just had a bunch of letdowns in their little MTE. They were an automatic spot for a second, drilling teams, and they blew a lead against Middle Tennessee, lose by 3, didn't even show up against the McNeese game, randomly won a 96-95 game against George Washington. What Murray State team are we going to get? But this Morehead State team's pretty bad. They allowed 83 points against ULM, or 80 points against ULM. IUPUI, they lose by 5, 85 points. East Tennessee State, they lose by 15-77. Clemson by that many. I'm not afraid of maybe testing Murray State here, back on their homeland, being able to control the pace here against a Morehead State team, but just feels like a lot of points. So you can talk me off it if you like Morehead, but they're bad. Morehead's bad, dude. They're bad.
Yeah, they're awful. Murray State's been pretty damn good. I know they're off of the George Washington game. That was a week ago, and then they have Bellarmine on deck on Saturday, and then they play Akron the following Saturday. So they really don't have anything coming up. I think this is a spot they drill Morehead, and then they have, they got 4 or 5 days to prepare for. They got Bellarmine, and then they have Akron. So it's not like they have look ahead game right now. I think with it being so far away, I think they actually run it up on Morehead. Give me Murray State in this one. I mean, Morehead's not shooting the ball well. They're turning it over one of the highest clips in the country, and they're just ugly to watch. They're terrible. Now you're hitting the road. Murray State should dog walk these guys. So Murray State lay it. No bet for me though.
Yeah, I like the Murray State team total over there as well. Morehead State, one of the lowest average possession length on defense, so they let anyone right through. 120 to Georgia, 81 to Wake Forest. I foresee Murray State being able to push the pace here and continue scoring no problem against Morehead there. Creighton.
The Nickel Nazis are catching 20.5 at Creighton, over under 145.5. Kind of like Creighton to just lay it on them. I mean, if there's a spot they're going to drill somebody, it would be this. I mean, they're coming off of Baylor, Iowa State, Oregon on the neutral. Now they're back home. They do have Nebraska on deck. on Sunday, but Nichols is god awful. I mean, they went to Kentucky, lost by 26. Murray State, they lost by 20. Valparaiso, they lost by 5. They lost by 8 to Eastern Illinois. Tulane beat them by 10. Oklahoma State beat them by 14. They're getting run out of gyms, and Creighton, I think, is kind of starting to figure it out offensively. I know you look at the last couple of games, it hasn't looked good, but they're playing Baylor, Iowa State, and Oregon, and they got Oregon in that one. I think they build on it, and this is a spot where they can actually drill somebody and build up some confidence. So I'll take Creighton with the 20.5. Not sure I'll bet this one, but I do think this is a spot Creighton can actually absolutely get up and crush somebody and start to build some confidence and momentum inside of this team.
Yeah, I like another over here as well too with Creighton Nichols. I think Creighton, you're spot on with their offense stepping up just a tad bit. Now they're laying this many points with a mispriced over under. I think Creighton could get close to a 90-point game like we've seen with them do in the past. They've only sniffed that 92 against South Dakota, 84 Maryland Eastern Shore. So I think their offense picks it up for sure, and Nichols will be able to hit around the 60 number. So yeah, lay it with Creighton, and I do like the over better there. But I agree with your cap on Creighton dominating. I think they're going to be able to absolutely come out swinging and score a good amount of points. So now we just need Nichols to score like 60. So. Oh yeah, woo!
I'm torn.
Woo! Kansas catching 2.5 against UConn. Over unders 141.5.
I'm torn here.
This is in Allen Fieldhouse, by the way, in Lawrence, Kansas, and now we get Kansas catching points. This does feel a little trappy, but there's just not many times we get this opportunity. And I will go ahead and take that opportunity like a WWE sees the chair, the ref's down. It feels like a trap potentially. He's going to get disqualified. Bang, chair shot. No, I'm going to take it and ride this confusing team against Kansas. This is a true home game. I know that UConn is prepared. Their defense can definitely go. But we already saw them step up against Illinois. They played hard against Arizona. We've seen them go toe-to-toe with some tough opponents, but it's not like Kansas isn't prepared, and it's not like their B team without Darren Peterson isn't prepared either. Now we get them at home catching points. No issue at all. I know they got Missouri on deck, but they're not looking past UConn, especially at home. This feels trappy for sure. I feel like the line's a tad telling, but I'm going to go opportunistic here and take Kansas with the points at home.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be on UConn. We're going to battle here. Darren Peterson, Bill Self said he's still testing out medically. They got to go through some things, and they're going to announce it in the morning. So if you like Kansas, you think he plays, grab it now. I don't think he'll play. I think they would have announced it already, given that the Big 12 also has set up rules where it's like you have to announce your injuries and starts and not playing. I think they're just trying to draw time and keep UConn on their toes. But I think this UConn team is much better. They're laying points for a reason at the Fieldhouse, at the Fog. And this Kansas team hasn't really impressed me. Yes, they beat Notre Dame, and I think that was Syracuse they played. But they didn't have neither of those teams really had any size. UConn's gigantic. They're all huge. They can all shoot. Solo Ball started a little rough from shooting, but he's going to improve. I mean, you still got Caravan on that team who can light it up at any moment here. Not to mention who was it? Terrace Reed's been playing, Demery, and then who was that other guy? Malachi Smith. I believe that was the Dayton guy. Dayton. I think they're just a much better roster. I think a lot of people are going to be liking Kansas catching points at the Fog here, but Danny Hurley and company, I think they get this done. I'm going to lay the juice with the money line when it pops up. Hopefully it's still affordable whenever I see it for me. I could see this game where they keep Kansas in this game, but I think UConn wins this one. They just got the better players and better athletes, in my opinion. I know Badunge and who's the other guy, the rapper, Bryson Tiller, on this team can compete. But outside of that, other than Peterson, I'm not really impressed with this roster personally. I'll take UConn on the money line. If it's available for me at some point here, it's not going to be like minus 160. So I'll take UConn. If not, I'll just lay it with UConn. But I think they're the better team and they're going to get this done. I think they're baiting you to take Kansas with the points at home. I'm just not really impressed with this Kansas lineup and roster personally.
I'm taking the bait. I'm taking the bait. Rock, chalk, J-H-K-U. Rock, chalk, J-H-K-U. Rock, chalk, J-H-K-U. I don't mind you taking that that juice now, by the way, if anything. But I will take Kansas plus the points. I might stay up all night watching this Peterson news come out, by the way. So, but dude, you guys are going to be ready, like Ken Hat is saying. Come on, this is opportunistic plus points. You can't be mad at me for betting Kansas, you know.
No, I can't fault you for taking Bill Self as a dog at home. I can't.
I'm not mad at you for taking UConn. I think they're well prepared for this spot, but I'm gonna go opportunistic here. Rock, chalk, KU. Rock, chalk, KU. It's not Kansas City barbecue.
Missouri's catching 1.5 at Notre Dame. Notre Dame, they didn't look terrible in that players era at all here. Yep, and they're off of the Houston game, which back to last year, Houston system play was fading teams off of playing Houston. So I mean that is Notre Dame, but they haven't played in a week. I'll give them a little bit of slack for that. And Dennis Gates in Missouri, the offense is incredible. Again, they're scoring 86, 98, 102, 91, 83, 106, 89, 88. They're putting up points. SEMO put up 84 on them. Other than that, it has not been much points here. And Notre Dame doesn't have a lot of size, which, scares me. So I think I'm going to take Notre Dame. They're favored, man. They're favored at home. Why are they favored? Because they're at home? So if this is a neutral, what are they? They're 2.5 point dogs, roughly 2-point dogs.
The line flipped, Trevor. Missouri was favored actually first, minus 1.5. Notre Dame.
Now we have who the hell is hitting Notre Dame that hard to flip it already? Fuck.
But I mean, honestly, that line's pretty telling how bad Notre Dame's been in the past. Now you have 8-0 walking into South Bend.
Catching points, yeah. Plug your nose. I'm playing Notre Dame. I'm going to plug it. They're going to find a way to win. Missouri's got to drop one eventually. This line is disgusting. Shrewsbury masterclass tomorrow potentially. I don't know. But I'm gonna lay with Notre Dame. Like this line is weird. It stinks. I'm gonna take Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, I think even with I know the line movement is definitely fade worthy, but we've seen I expect this to be like a 2.5, 3.5, even being on the road. Now it's only a 1-point favorite. I would have taken Notre Dame plus 1.5 on that principle alone. So it's an early line flip. I think Notre Dame gets it done in South Bend as you got 8-0 walking into them. So, yep.
Muted. Next, Miami's catching 4.5 at Ole Miss.
That one's a weird one for that other one.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting. I'm going to dive in. I'm gonna go with the Fighting Irish. Just please win. Miami's catching 4.5 at Ole Miss, over under 145.5. This feels like a low total.
Ole Miss kind of plays at pace a little bit, but yeah, it feels a little low for Miami. But they can go on scoring lapses. They love that Malik Renew inside game. It fucking kills your offense, man. It's terrible. This game's really in Oxford too, and I mean, you got to think they're somewhat fired up. Divorcees leaving. I feel like Miami lacks a gut check. They lack a gut check a little bit. We were right on picking them against Georgetown. That was easy. I picked them against BYU plus 9.5. They came up just short, but that's just kind of what they do. They play good for about 30 minutes, 28 minutes, and then they just kind of give up. And we've seen that. Now they're true first away spot. I know they played a neutral in Florida against Florida. I think that was in Charleston or like Jacksonville or something. Yeah, Jacksonville. And then the neutral with BYU and Georgetown. Now they're coming back to that in this spot against a fired up Ole Miss team. You know, I don't like laying points with Ole Miss ever, even in a home spot. But I do think this is a good spot for them here, and we expect hopefully these fans to be fired up against the U here. So I'll go with Ole Miss laying the points. Although I think Miami may be a better roster size-wise, but I'm going to go with a little spot here, and especially with Miami on their first true road matchup.
Yeah, I'm with you. Ole Miss minus 4.5 off of the Iowa and Utah losses on the MTE back home. Miami first true road game. Just beat Georgetown, played BYU tough. Now they're going to hit the road. Give me Ole Miss. I think they win this game by double digits. They're going to run away with this one. Miami, I think will be fine, but this is just or under not Nolan Smith, who's Jai Lucas. I think they'll be fine at some point, but this is not a spot. Ole Miss back-to-back losses back home. Miami first true road game. Tough spot. Give me Ole Miss and the Rebs here minus 4.5.
Just so you know, Michigan State's wearing these tomorrow. The old throwbacks. Oh my God, those are so clean. Oh my God, they're wearing those tomorrow. If you don't like your bet already enough.
Yeah, and UConn's wearing some throwback dark unis too, back to the Ray Allen days. So we got some uni matchups tomorrow to keep an eye on.
Ray Allen, okay. Awesome.
Well, I was muted, my bad. Georgia's laying 2.5 at Florida State. No, give me Florida State money line. They couldn't hit water if they fouled out of a boat against who the hell did they play last? Texas A&M. They couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. Texas A&M couldn't miss. This is a much better spot for them. Georgia likes to play fast too, and Florida State got embarrassed. They're back home. First big game at home under what is the new coach's name? I am drawing a
Luke Locks.
Luke Locks. Thank you.
Luke Locks, whatever.
Yeah, they have Georgia on deck, but they're off that loss. They couldn't hit anything. Georgia coming in. Cincinnati on deck. This is their first true road game. This is a bad spot for Georgia. Give me Florida State money line. I don't even think you need the points. I think they win this game by close to double digits. Let's go. Seminoles up. Oh, Florida State by 10.
Yeah, I'm absolutely with you. Florida State's been a pretty subtle wagon for me this season. I like. I've been pretty spot on with my Florida State bets this season. Another good team that I've been able to track as well. Now you got them catching points at home. The books just aren't respecting them enough. I get it. Georgia's offensive juggernaut. Mike White, familiar with the Florida native, but I like this Florida State team with Chauncey Wiggins, Lajay Jones, Robert McCray. I mean, they got some ballers for sure. And I like this offense that they've run in. We've been spot on. Fade them against Texas A&M. Took them against Florida. That was easy. Now they have a short dog spot. They do have, a potential look ahead to Houston, but I don't know. I think this Florida State team is going to be prepared, especially at home against this Georgia team that's had time to come up after their loss in that MTE against Clemson after a drilling to Tennessee Tech. I mean, where is Georgia going to be able to play defense? There's going to be a lot of points in this one. I think it's going to be okay for the home team. Give me FSU as well.
Yeah, I think I like the over too.
It's so many fucking points. I don't know.
Give me Stetson, Grand Canyon off of that MTE. They played really well, overvalued. Not betting this game though. No, thank you.
I will spar here. Grand Canyon minus 23.5. No bet. Stetson's ass. No hats for me.
Abilene Christian catching 1.5 at Pepperdine. Take it away. Take it away.
The one time we go against them is when they're going to do their reboot. It's when they're going to reboot and randomly make Zoe 102 just a terrible movie. It was horrible, by the way, that movie that they rebooted. Out of principle, I will pick Pepperdine on the Zoe 101, Zoe 102 reboot, but they're bad, man. They have not shown up offensively. I will not be betting this game, but I'll be picking them out of principle. But it's a new season. Yeah, new season, Ken. New season. New season. But give me the Waves. No bet. I gotta. And the investors are holding on to their money a little bit. It's a tighter budget this season. They got to see it come through, especially against an Abilene team that can defend the perimeter pretty well. Pepperdine, no bets.
I'll take Abilene Christian, no bet. I'll be rooting for you. No bet, Abilene Christian, no.
Yeah, he literally hates Zoe 101, by the way. He said that's what he said.
UNC's catching 7.5 in Kentucky. Nope. Give me Pope and company, 7.5. They are going to run North Carolina out the gym. Hubert Davis is a bum, an absolute bum. And they've already lost to Louisville. Granted, that was a road game, but they've already lost to them and Michigan State. So this is their next big opponent before Gonzaga. I think they get them. North Carolina beat Kansas at home, but other than that, they went and got spanked by Michigan State on a neutral, and this is their first true road game. Give me Kentucky. I think their offense is going to be clicking tomorrow. They're going to put it up. North Carolina not going to be able to beat. I'll hope over Hubert Davis any day of the week. I'll lay it with Kentucky or 7.5 for a reason. Obviously, a little bit of Kentucky tax in there, but I still think they win.
It's gone down. It is 5.5 now. I will be laying it as well.
Let it go down.
Let that North Carolina number go down. I get it. Kentucky's looked pretty bad. They looked abysmal in these spots, but they've had a good amount of time off to regroup against their Michigan State. Just no show. Beat up Loyola Maryland. Beat up Tennessee Tech. So they've had time to get their bearings straight. And now UNC, who just lacked offense as well against Michigan State, they almost looked worse than Kentucky did. But yeah, I like this Kentucky team bouncing back, especially at home. I foresee it, and I'll let people keep betting North Carolina. Give me Kentucky at home, 5.5, no problem. I think Kentucky's defense can step up when they want to, and the home crowd's going to fire them up. Their big games that they've played has been on a neutral, it's been on an away court, and everything else has been against some lower major teams. This is a big game. Kentucky Blue is going to be out faithful. Even with a Gonzaga spot coming up on Friday. They got a tough test this season. North Carolina's got a spot on Sunday against Georgetown. There's just no chance to look ahead with when they have these kind of schedules going ahead. Give me Kentucky. They're going to have an absolute season-changing kind of win against North Carolina.
Yep, this is going to be a convincing one too. Not going to be too worried.
5.5.
Utah's catching 9.5 against Cal. Lay it. Utah sucks. They've sucked for a while. Give me Cal. Cal's playing pretty damn good. The offense is clicking. Madsen has these guys playing. Utah, I'm not a fan of. Not one bit. Not to mention this is their first true road game. They're coming off the Grand Canyon loss, and they beat Ole Miss by 1 on a neutral. Now they travel less than a week later to Cal here. Cal just beat UCLA semi-home. Was basically like, I don't know, probably 20 minutes from campus here, but they got Pacific on deck. Utah coming in, they're going to roll them. Give me Cal. They're going to win this game by 15. Utah can't hang offensively.
Yeah. Yeah. This feels like a random spot Utah kind of comes out though. No, no, you don't feel that. I know California's been solid. Their defense has stepped up for sure, but Utah randomly off of the Ole Miss win, definitely think it could be a sleepy spot for them. But maybe that's the momentum that they needed. Cal's definitely feeling stronger after their UCLA win. A lot of time off. I expect them to kind of be somewhat sleepy. Check the picks page to see if I bet this at a number, but I like Utah here actually with the points. I know they're pretty bad, but I need to see it from Cal more.
I hope not. I hope my side wins, but yeah, I'll be on Cal more likely, especially late game. Why not?
Ryan B, my man. If there's anything I'll brag about myself are my picks. Of course, I like touting. I know, but the is my memory. It's a weird memory. It's like one of those like why do I remember some stuff? Yeah, but yeah, even with a foggy mind sometimes.
Kentucky, Jason. We're both going to be on Kentucky. We're letting the line see where it settles. It's already gone down. So
4.5 on FanDuel. Someone said in the chat 5.5. So yeah. Oh God. Nevada's laying 4.5 against UC San Diego. The over/under is 151.5. Hate to say it. Feels like a Nevada spot. Oh, I hate to say it. Nevada's so bad. But UC San Diego undefeated, going in now, catching points at home in Reno. Nevada is so up and down, so volatile. It's really tough for me to jump on Nevada, but it just feels like a spot here that they can be able to do this. I'll lay it. No bet.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll lay it. UC San Diego's got to lose eventually. I know they've looked pretty good, but they're coming off of that 3-game MTE. They won every single one, and then they played Fresno State on the road, won by 5. I think Nevada is going to get them here. They did just beat San Francisco, but lost to Washington on a neutral, and then lost to UC Davis at home. I don't think they're. I know it's Alford. It can be scary, but I think they're going to be ready for this game. They don't want to drop another one. They want to keep it rolling. UC San Diego's got to lose one eventually. Give me the Wolfpack. Not sure if I bet this one.
Yeah, it feels like their spot. This is not Loyola Maryland, by the way. This is Loyola Marymount.
Oops, my bad. Disregard that.
This is in Los Angeles, by the way.
LMU.
St. Louis has been out there. They played Sanford. Lost by 1 in that MTE in Palm Springs. Loyola Marymount off of a loss to Stony Brook. Now we got St. Louis laying 6.5. If they weren't off a loss, that would be an automatic bet of Loyola Marymount, but it is kind of scaring me. I think St. Louis is randomly better. They can kind of win in these spots. I'll lay it with St. Louis. I think they show up, especially that they've been out there, have had some time to adjust, not jet lag. This is the Billikens' year. We just saw Loyola Marymount get exposed by the Sea Wolves of Stony Brook. So, yeah, lay it with the Bilks. Muted.
Damn, every time this is getting bad. No, yeah, give me St. Louis. I know LMU, they've looked good, but St. Louis coming off of a loss to Stanford, they've looked good. They beat Santa Clara, Grand Canyon, and then absolutely dispatched every team that they're supposed to. No look ahead here. It is their first true road game, and they are traveling to the West Coast, so that is a bit scary. Here, but LMU has not looked amazing. I mean, they got smoked by FAU. Stony Brook got them at home nonetheless. And then they beat UTEP, Pine Bluff, Eastern Washington, UC Santa Barbara in overtime, Ohio. They haven't beat many good teams. St. Louis, I think they just come out and they roll them. I think we're getting a little bit of a discount just given they're on the road and they're traveling to the West Coast, but I don't think that matters for St. Louis. I think they still get up and roll them big time here in LA here. Not to mention St. Louis's offense is incredible. They're shooting 82.5% from the line, grabbing offensive boards, taking away offensive boards. Defending, they're doing it all. LMU, I think, is going to really struggle. This is a low total, I think, for a reason. I know neither of them play, or I'm sorry, LMU doesn't play incredibly fast, but I think that's going to be a detriment to them. St. Louis can get out and run. LMU likes to play slow. If they find themselves in a hole, I think it's going to be a bit of a struggle to get back into this one. So give me the Billikens laying the 6.5. And then last but not least, Trojans head to the Ducks.
Wow.
Dana Altman, dog at home.
Yeah, right. Seems like the right play, but these refs love Chad Baker-Mazara and USC. Something's wrong with them. Something is wrong going on there. But now undefeated, short dog. Dana Altman off of 3 losses. They got to pick it up. I'll take Oregon. I think we could see an over here as well, too. We see some of these teams both kind of, especially USC, push at pace, and that's where they're going to thrive here with their athleticism. And their guard play could be a major issue for Oregon. So don't love it, but I'll take Oregon. It feels gross, but this is Dana Altman at home, undefeated going into Oregon, first true road spot, been in Hawaii. Oregon sucks, though, man. I need a push. I need a friend.
USC undefeated, just won the Maui. Shinto, they got Seton Hall. Seton Hall got screwed against USC. Should have never been there. Oregon, 3 straight losses. Auburn, San Diego State, Creighton, all great opponents. Now you're back home. You got USC first true road game off of the MTE where they should have never won. I think this is just overvalued for USC. Altman at home is a dog plus the 1.5. They're going to win this game. Not like that's a bold call as a 1.5 point dog, but I think Oregon gets this done. Dana Altman is a dog at home, fading Musselman and this USC team off of Hawaii and the MTE sweep. So give me the Ducks plus 1.5. That is it. That's a slate. You got anything before we skedaddle out of here? We went through that slate pretty quick. Not that we overlooked anything, but it was quick and efficient.
We had like 10 games to total recap. I can barely talk without coughing. I need to go get some meds before we get before we get out of there. So let's go with the rhythm play of the day, over 145.5. Excuse me, Creighton Nichols State. I think we see it over, and I like the cap of Creighton almost scoring 100 points. So, yeah, we'll go with that with our rhythm play of the day. They got some signals on it. Make sure to sign up with them using promo code PFP25. But, yeah, check the picks page. I'm going to get all my stuff on there. I've been getting it on there in the morning. Now still balancing full-time job stuff, so stay tuned on that. But we'll get the picks page always out there in the morning. And, yeah, it's been a fun ride. I'm enjoying it. We're already a month down, man. Coming up on a full 30 days of betting. Sitting just shy of 30 units, 27.88 units. Trevor just shy of 10 units. We were absolutely stacking. Last couple of years, I was down in November. So almost 2 units down 2 years ago, 4 units down last year. And then it started taking off. Ended up with 64 units. So we're already almost halfway there. And it's in November, but we're going to get it back. Massive slate. You got to enjoy it tomorrow. Tomorrow's a day to grab a beer and enjoy it, your random Tuesday. Take that happy hour, pour that cocktail, grab that beer out of the fridge, do what you got to do. If you're sober, grab your favorite drink, hit a Coca-Cola, whatever you need. Pumped up, man. I'm pumped up for the Super Tuesday.
Yeah, me too. I'm ready. It's going to be great. amazing slate tomorrow. I mean, great mid majors, great power fives or power fours now playing. We got games all the way throughout the day. You got early hoops with that George Washington game all the way to I don't know. This game's probably what a 10 o'clock start for 10 o'clock 10 o'clock Eastern start for 4 games to end the night. I mean, North Carolina, Kentucky at 9:30. I mean, it's gonna be great. We're gonna try to go at some point where the games aren't like distracting. I mean, there's a decent amount of games the next day and some good ones, but absolute bangers to end the night. But everyone that was in here appreciated. Sean Higgs, appreciate the $100 for that, and then there are 300 of you guys in here. We appreciate it. Just watching two idiots talk hoops, and talk with the chat. It's been a lot of fun. So we appreciate you guys stopping in here, checking it out, and bullshitting around in the chat and helping us out with plays as well. I mean, Jacob here, he's doing pretty well, up 35 units. He caps the card during the show with us too. So he as we go, he goes. I'm sure that's a lot of people here too. So we appreciate you all popping in here and capping basketball and making fun of us and fading us and tailing us. So we appreciate you all.
Yeah, we like it. We like it all. Fade us at the right times, tail us at the right times. You'll be rich because we'll be talking every game. And then shout out Rod. He's always in the chat whipping out some some great stats as well too. And Sean, thanks again, man. Appreciate you keeping up the good work. And shout out Sean. I just looked at his Twitter. Looks like he's got his own podcast as well too. Does a couple stuff with Wager Talk. So maybe that's where you've seen him, Trevor. So shout out Sean, and thanks for the follow as well on Twitter and tuning in. I gave you a follow back. Looking forward to the meeting. I love this community here. If you guys got some plays, drop it in the comments as well. Hit that like and subscribe button. And remember, we're a community. We're a fun community. We like talking hoops. We're a month into the fun, and it's almost Christmas time. It's going to be here before we know it. We're getting a little sneak preview of the conference games. I love it. Absolutely bangers all week, and also our first big Saturday slate as well too. So
was that this week?
I mean, like I'm talking like big Saturday slate. You know what I'm talking about? Like we've.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
like the Friday nights. Last year we did Friday night till like 4 a.m. a lot of times. It's a little preview. It's almost close. It's 113 games tomorrow. Or on Saturday. Looks like only about a little over
103 D1 games.
Sorry?
103 D1 games. There are some teams playing D2s.
Yeah, 103 D1 games. So that will be a absolute banger of an episode. So and then also tomorrow, stay tuned. We're going to be bringing in a rhythm representative as well, going over all the things rhythm and kind of what he goes into in the model and what all their stats that they pull, and a little peek under the hood here for rhythm. So let's freaking go. Thanks, chat. You guys are awesome. Appreciate all you guys. And Pump Fake Pod, we got a check mark now on Twitter, so we have somewhat. Trevor's the only verified one currently. I haven't got it yet.
This is a Black Friday deal. How am I supposed to pass up $1?
Trevor's
I'll just forget about it, and they'll be charging me every month, and I'll forget.
Exactly. You're also on a big show with Kerm, so I'm not quite there at your status yet, but maybe I will be soon. So, but no, yes. Go give that a like. Follow at Pump Fake Pod on Twitter, at @PumpFake_pod on Instagram. Appreciate all you guys. I'm at Michael_Huffer3. He's at Stooley Picks. We've been doing this for a few years now. Appreciate all you guys in the chat. And let's freaking go and cash our bets. Enjoy your Super Tuesday. See you guys tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
Peace and love.
See you. Oh, yeah. Again, drop your favorite plays and stuff in the comments. It helps the algorithm out and everything else. And we just want to see what you guys like. See if we're battling anybody. Who's on our side? Who we going against? Love to see it. So drop those below, and we will see you guys tomorrow night. Let's go. Best of luck.
Love those for sure. Best of luck, unless you're fading us. Just kidding. I don't know.